Hello, and welcome to Updog Sports Talk. My name is Matt Miller. Joining me today is Justin McGovern, and we have a very special guest, Mr. First Down. We'll get to introducing him more in a second. But, Justin, what are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about the AFC South if all the Titans gear that is on all of us does not give that away.
Here at Updog Sports Talk, we like to kind of stick up for the little guy, the teams that are underrepresented. During COVID, ESPN was only talking about Tom Brady's, LeBron James's, like those kind of, like the top 1% of the 1% of athletes. And we came in and we were like, you know what? There's a lot of teams being underrepresented. So I guess kicking it off on a team that is very underrepresented right now by the mainstream media, Mr. First Down, looks like the Titans threw up all over you. So this is a good chance for us to have you introduce yourself, and then we'll jump right into...
But anyway, hi everybody, I'm Mr. First Down. Happy to be here on Updog Sports Show, Sports Network. I am a avid Titans fan, if you couldn't tell. To that or Carolina, I can't tell anymore. It's all blue. But yeah, I am a fan, about 15-year season ticket member. I've seen it all, and people say, how'd last season go? I said, well, I've seen worse. So
that's fair, yeah.
I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to talk. Let me tell you this, guys. I don't know if you feel the same way I do. Vein of Peter Frampton, do you feel like I do?
Yeah, love it.
Vein here. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. But I just don't fear Trevor Lawrence. And you can pay him like he's a starting quarterback. But listen, two years ago, I think, we had one of the worst defenses ever, one of the worst secondaries ever. And that man, all they had to do was beat us to get to the playoffs. He threw 2 interceptions and fumbled twice. Like, with his starting offense versus my Swiss cheese defense. And he still lost the game.
Move on.
God, there it is. It haunts my dreams, But I don't understand. Like, it's almost like they're just like, if we pay him like a starting quarterback, then he'll play like a starting quarterback. And I just kind of sit there going, what is this guy, right? It's the same on the Colts with Anthony Richardson.
We got to talk about, we touched on the Trevor Lawrence thing.
God, it's so weird.
It's so weird.
My wife turned off the lights the other day and did that. It was terrifying. I was like, ugh. Don't do that. Sorry.
Pull it up again, Matt.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. it.
It's happening now. It's too late.
Listen, this is like what they do to people in Guantanamo Bay. They just play that over and over again. They're like, oh, God, I'll tell you anything.
We have sound effects on here, and eventually I think we'll learn how to just download that as a sound effect.
Oh.
Can you hear
God.
that?
Oh, he turned it up. Oh, God.
Yeah, you turned it up louder now.
Yeah.
Please, take whatever you want. Just
take that. Take that and that.
Take my Matt Hasselbeck signed pylon from the Tampa Bay game where he jumped over it.
That's pretty dope.
That's really nice. That's pretty sweet.
Hey, thank you. I loved him.
Weird flex.
Guy. Yeah. It's all I got, okay?
So let's hear what, from your perspective as a Titans fan, what did you see as like the Jaguars' offseason strategy?
I felt like that. Well, first of all, their offseason with the coach that they didn't have, but did have, but didn't have, but did have, back and forth. Oh no, he still works for Tampa Bay and all that. That went on for like 3 days, I think, and I was like,
that went on for way too long for a professional organization.
What are we doing out there? And I was just sitting there like, golly. And he finally gets there, and then we get the sound effect. Don't play it, but we get the sound effect. And then his GM is also kind of odd as well. And I'm just sitting there like
younger than us.
Right. Yeah, he looks like somebody that stars in a show off the CW. You know what I mean? Or like one of those like preteen shows on Netflix or something like that. His hair, and all that stuff. Not that I'm judging, but
like Middle America 902.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. And these guys kind of come in there, and I think their just strategy is to kind of revolutionize the offense, ? But, I mean, like, look, you already got, Byron Jones Jr., who's terrific. I think he's great. And they feature him heavily. And then they go out there, and I'll be honest with you guys, everybody that I had listened to, everybody I had read, everybody in any podcast that I listened to has Travis Hunter not as a wide receiver. They had him as a cornerback. They said, no, he's not playing wide receiver in this league. Diana Rossini went as far in The Athletic to say she goes, I talked to like 12 different GMs, and every single one said he'd play a cornerback if he was drafted. And then here come the Jags, of course, to say he's going to play wide receiver. And by the way, I think they gave up way too much to move down there. I was very uncomfortable with that. But they're trying to go for a very dynamic offense. I kind of look at what Tampa Bay is doing, and by the way, good for Baker finding a home there and whatnot, making it work. But still, I just kind of watched this whole thing happen, and as long as Trevor Lawrence is our quarterback, I'm just not really I hate saying this, but I don't want to underestimate anybody, especially a division opponent, but I'm just kind of I'm not really wowed by anything. I'm not really, this is the same thing. I mean, how many years, guys, did they win the offseason? They won the offseason year after year in the early 2010s and so forth.
And the one thing I think I like about their offseason is that they finally, because they so-called won the offseason because they paid a ton of money to a bunch of guys, and none of them really worked out. So I like that they kind of took a more low-key approach this year for once.
Instead, they gave all that money to Travis Hunter.
And all their draft picks to Cleveland.
Yeah, they had 4 or 5 draft picks where I was just kind of okay, well, I mean, all right. Weird flex, but okay, like you said earlier. But I just, Liam Cohen's going to have his chance to show everybody what he's about. Because right now, all of us have a soundbite and just very strange, words coming out of a GM. So we'll find out. Maybe this is just what they need. Maybe they need this weird mixture of whatever their GM is supposed to be and whatever this head coach is supposed to be. Maybe they figure out the Trevor Lawrence code. I doubt it, because I think, Trevor Lawrence is in year 5? Quarterbacks don't really change after year 5. This is who they are, right?
One thing that is glaring, or two things that are glaring to me on the offense. They went from paying a bunch of receivers the past 2 years to now they pretty much just have Brian Thomas Jr. And I guess Travis Hunter is going to be expected to play a decent amount. A wide receiver. And then the offensive line is another glaring thing. I don't think they did enough to address it.
Hey, you want to go ahead and cut that sentence out and repeat it for every team in the AFC South while you're at it? Just go.
I mean, especially this one though. I feel like they didn't even make much of an effort. I wanted to see them use an early draft pick on the offensive line. Their earliest pick was in the 3rd round, late 3rd round.
Yeah, and one thing that they needed to show Trevor Lawrence that, hey, you're still our guy, is to do something to the offensive line. They had the weapons that they could have overpaid for receivers. But they didn't do. They overpaid for offensive linemen that are just going to get blown up at the line of scrimmage anyway. Yeah. So
I think that's one of Trevor's biggest issues too. Is if he does not have good blocking, he gets very uncomfortable. He stares at his line too much and gets all out of sorts, and that's where he starts throwing picks. I think Trevor could actually be a threat in this league if he could ever get blocking, but we're not seeing that. And we're getting to the point. You made a good point about year 5. If he's at year 5 now and still dealing with the same blocking, at some point it's not going to be salvageable.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, and you also have to, I give them full kudos. I'd like to be fully, not obscure, but fully, whatever, out in the open about this. You went all in on him, okay? And no matter who you do that with, that's a gamble, unless you're like Patrick Mahomes or something like that. But they went all in on Travis, on him. Sorry, Sunshine. I always call him Sunshine because that's what he reminds me of from Return of the Titans. But, and I was like, okay, well, look, I like football. I dabble in football. We all dabble in football. We talk about it endlessly or whatnot, but I'm not football knowledge. Maybe they see something that I don't see or whatever. And it just seems like every year we see him and he's just throwing bad picks or throwing down the sideline and it kind of drifts towards the middle right into a waiting safety's hands who doesn't even have to run and go grab it. It's like rinse, wash, repeat with him over and over, especially the second half of the year. So I just, when it comes to the Jags, I think the word is, show me something. Show me. What do you got? Because this is the same thing. As far as I'm concerned, this is another sequel. So
what I do like is on defense, they addressed the secondary. They brought in Eric Murray, Jordan Lewis, and then they drafted Travis Hunter. but I still don't think they did enough on defense either. I do like them drafting Jack Kaiser. I'm a Notre Dame fan. He's going to get you like 150 tackles.
Right. Very
So,
busy man. He's going to be a very busy man.
Yes, he's going to be a very underpaid 4th-round pick. So I think they are moving in the right direction. Like we've said, we just got done with the NFC South. They're moving in the right direction.
How was that? How are they doing? How's the Saints? Are they all right? They alive?
For the
Are they
5th
gonna
year
call
in the
me?
row. For
Hey,
the
Saints,
5th year in a row, cap
Call me
out.
for Willie Mayonnaise, Saints. I got the phone on. Go ahead. Give me a call. Give me a call.
Is Trayvon Walker ever going to show us something? Former number 1 overall pick?
I think part of the problem with him is he's in such a small market that like he goes unnoticed. But I also don't think that year 1 he did anything, so everyone was like, "Yeah, we're gonna forget you ever existed." He actually did a pretty big jump.
He
in
was
production
Cam Ward
last year.
before he was Cam Ward.
Yeah.
You know.
It seems to be a pattern with these AFC South number 1 overall picks.
But he had a good jump last year. If he can jump again this year, I think he's going to start coming back into the conversation of, oh, wow, he was a number 1 overall pick.
Is this
Like-
year 3 for him? I think it's.
I
Year
think
3.
so, yeah.
This is year 3, yeah.
This should be it then. This is it, right? So,
I'm
like,
pulling up his. I'm trying to pull up his stats right now to see what he did last year. Yeah. Oh wait, hang on. There we go. He got 10.5 sacks. He actually did pretty good.
Hey,
Okay.
golf clap.
Yeah.
there we
Moving
go.
on
Well
up.
done. Well done.
We don't have that in our background noise just yet, but
It's got to be like public domain soon, right? So we can just be like, yes, I know.
So, do you have a podcast, right? Anything you want to tell us about it? This is your time to go ahead and plug yourself in here.
What is it? It's my time has come. All right, don't get nervous. Don't get nervous. Just go.
Duval.
Okay, yeah. I want the light. I want the lights to flicker, like
Just start
It's just so
twitching.
creepy. It's just so creepy.
Yeah.
I hate it. My brother snuck into my room once and played it in the darkness, and I don't like it. I don't like it. But yeah, I host a show called Fanboys Unleashed. That's what we are. We are quite unleashed. But this is the off season. But I pride myself on. Thank you. God dang it. Anyway, loud clapping or Duval? Loud clapping or Duval? Which one? So I will. But yeah, I have found a way to talk about NFL football every single freaking Friday, and I've gotten viewership from it, and I'm pretty happy. Sponsor that is coming in for the show, so I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah, thank you. Money. It's not my money. Anyway, but I just wanted to hear that as a Titans fan. I just wanted to hear clapping. But the Fanboys Unleashed goes live every Friday at 8:30 p.m. Central Time on YouTube. You can catch us on the Facebook, like I'm an old person watching the Star Wars. The Facebook, I'm on X at Mr. First Down, and of course YouTube, I think at Mr. First Down as well. Check out the catalog. I have had guests from trying to get guests from every single team on before before the real season hits, because I'm going to get real busy real quick. And of course, we've got joint practices happening, and I'm going to try to talk outside the stadium there and whatnot. So we got a lot of things coming down the pipe, and feel free to get through this slog of an off season, just like these guys are. Join us for Fanboys Unleashed every Friday at 8:30 p.m. Central, only on YouTube and Facebook. A new car! I've always wanted to do that.
Well,
So
that
empowering.
is the AFC South. Definitely give Mr. First Down a follow, and definitely check out his YouTube. But also, don't forget about us. We have social media everywhere at Updog Sports Talk on everything.
Do you have it on Google Plus? No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
What's funny is I did, and then they shut it
I
down.
actually liked Google Plus.
Yeah, I
and
know.
then it went away, and I was like, oh. There's
Google
only me and
Plus.
7 other people here.
Find us wherever you get your podcasts, and then starting again this fall, we're going back to live Wednesdays at 8 o'clock on YouTube. So we'll catch you guys next time.